Welcome to Become a Fitter and Better You, where every moment spent with us is a step toward transformation. I want you to take a deep breath and feel the energy around you. This is not just a channel, it's a community, a movement, a commitment to becoming the best version of ourselves. We live in a world that often feels overwhelming, where the noise of daily life can drown out our own voices, our own desires, our own dreams. But here, in this space, we carve out time for ourselves, for our health, for our happiness. When I first heard about Fun Run, I'll admit, I was skeptical. I mean, who wouldn't be? The name alone sounds like a gimmick, right? A catchy phrase designed to lure in the unsuspecting, promising a good time, but delivering nothing but a sweaty t-shirt and a sore back. I had my doubts, but there was something about it that piqued my interest. Maybe it was the idea of running, which I had always avoided like the plague. Or perhaps it was the promise of fun, a word that seemed to have lost its meaning in my life. So I took a leap of faith and decided to join. The first day I showed up, I was greeted by a sea of smiling faces. People of all ages, shapes and sizes were gathered, stretching, laughing and chatting. It was infectious. I felt a wave of energy wash over me, and for the first time in a long time, I felt a flicker of excitement. This wasn't just a running club, it was a community, a vibrant tapestry of individuals united by a common goal, to have fun while moving their bodies. As we started our warm-up, I noticed how everyone was encouraging one another. There was no judgment, no competition, just a shared understanding that we were all there to enjoy ourselves. I found myself laughing at the silly warm-up exercises, the goofy stretches, and the playful banter. It was a stark contrast to the solitary runs I had done in the past, where the only company I had was my own heavy breathing and the ticking clock. When we finally hit the trail, I was surprised by how quickly the miles seemed to fly by. The laughter echoed around me, and I realized that I was no longer focused on the distance or the effort. I was immersed in the camaraderie, the shared experience of pushing ourselves while also lifting each other up. Every time I felt like slowing down, someone would shout out a word of encouragement, and I found myself picking up the pace. It was as if we were all connected, each of us feeding off the energy of the others. I remember the first time I completed a fun run event. It was a 5K, and I had never run that far in my life. I was terrified, but the atmosphere was electric. The music pumped through the speakers, and the crowd cheered as we lined up at the start. I felt a rush of adrenaline, and as the horn sounded, I took off with the rest of the group. It was exhilarating. The course wound through the park, and I was surrounded by people laughing, chatting, and even dancing as they ran. I found myself smiling, genuinely smiling, for the first time in ages. I was running, yes, but I was also part of something bigger. The finish line was not just a goal, it was a celebration. As I crossed it, I was met with cheers and high fives from my fellow runners. I felt a sense of accomplishment that I had never experienced before. It wasn't just about finishing, it was about the journey we all took together. As the weeks turned into months, I became more involved with Fun Run. I started attending the weekly meetups, and I even volunteered to help organize events. I was amazed at how this community had transformed my life. I was no longer the person who dreaded exercise. I was someone who looked forward to it. I made friends, forged connections, and found a support system that I never knew I needed. One of my favorite events was the themed runs. We had everything from superhero runs to pajama runs, and each one was more fun than the last. I remember dressing up as my favorite character, feeling a little silly but also completely free. The laughter, the creativity, the joy, it was contagious. It reminded me that life is too short to take everything so seriously. And then there were the charity runs. I was blown away by the impact we could make as a group. We weren't just running for ourselves, we were running for a cause. Each step we took was a step towards helping others. It gave our runs a deeper meaning, a purpose that fueled our passion. I felt proud to be part of something that was making a difference in the community. But it wasn't just about the running. It was about the friendships I formed along the way. I found myself sharing stories, struggles, and triumphs with people I had just met. We became each other's cheerleaders, celebrating milestones, both big and small. I learned about their lives, their dreams, and their challenges. It was a beautiful reminder that we are all in this together, navigating the ups and downs of life. Joining Fun Run was more than just signing up for a running club. It was a turning point in my life. It reignited my passion for movement, but more importantly, it taught me the value of community. I discovered that fun isn't just a fleeting moment, it's a state of mind. It's about finding joy in the little things, embracing the silliness, and celebrating every step of the journey. Now, when I lace up my running shoes, I do it with a smile. I no longer see running as a chore. It's a chance to connect, to laugh, and to grow. Fun Run has become a part of who I am, and I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. So, if you're on the fence about joining, I urge you to take the plunge. You might just find that the fun you've been missing is waiting for you right around the corner. Trust me, it's worth it. Thank you for being here, for investing in yourself, for choosing to prioritize your health and well-being. Remember, every step you take brings you closer to your best self. Stay fit, stay motivated, and keep pushing forward. We can't wait to see you in our next video, where we'll continue this incredible journey together. Until then, take care of yourself, and remember that you are worthy of all the good things that come with being the best version of you. See you next time.